Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons The Second Age. How are we all?
We're good.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Ready for this ambush that's totally not coming.
Yeah. I hope you're ready
We're
to...
ready to walk peacefully back to Helm's Blessing.
Yeah, another session without combat.
Yay!
We love no combat sessions.
RP, RP,
I'm
RP.
pretty sure all the combat is planned somewhere between here and Helm's Blessing, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the lake.
Yeah, just completely around.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way around, past Green Abbey, past the Abbey of the Golden Lion, and into Helm's Blessing that way.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
Excellent. So, speaking of that, who would like to remind me of what happened previously on this show?
Well, last time, we scared the fucking shit out of a poor little farmer in the woods, or a
Oh yes.
lumberjack.
He's a lumberjack, he's okay.
He's a lumberjack, and he's okay. But he's not okay, because Minnie decided that we should
To
tell him that we
freak him
broke
out.
into his house.
At the last minute,
At the last minute,
everything
even
was
though
going
we were
fine,
done.
and you just had to fuck it up.
So that happened. And then, after we left this poor guy to his devices, we traveled on to the town. We talked to a bunch of people. And we didn't learn a whole lot. Except that the goblins hadn't been seen for a while. So we ended up deciding to go down to the little town that was, like, just starting up down the road.
Cross the river.
Across the river and through the forest. And got there, and it was very small, and no one seemed to know anything again, but there was a guy acting sort of suspicious. We were like, this is suspicious.
We were like,
Through your expert detective skills, you detected that indeed his suspicious activity was in fact suspicious.
It was in fact suspicious
Yep.
because
highly suspicious.
it was the princess and her assistant and a guard who had
No, a guy
run off.
disguised himself as a guard. I don't think he's actually
right.
a guard.
No,
No.
I think he was actually a guard.
He was not actually a guard, no.
Oh,
No.
right.
He just said he was disguised as a guard.
Yes.
He said one of the guards, because we said what happened to the guards, and he said, well, one of them was me in disguise.
He was in fact Adavan Lynn, who you discovered is the younger brother of the court wizard that you met. He is not a guard.
Right. So we met that guy, and it turns out that the princess had actually staged her own kidnapping because she wanted to not be a princess anymore.
She wanted to marry the man of his dreams.
Her
It's
dream.
like King Edward VIII all over again.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
perhaps more specifically, there was something that spurred her decision to do that.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
The fact that she was also chosen by Helm. Oh,
was a divine mark.
divine
Yes.
mark. It's a mark, and it's divine.
Gasp. Who would have guessed?
Well, more importantly, it's a visual marking of the fact that she's chosen, and therefore probably hard to hide in
Yeah.
the long term.
And also, I really don't think that if you have one of those marks, you can escape your destiny so easily. So,
No, I mean like, it's really annoying when there's a guy following you around.
yeah.
Fucking mark.
So, we ended up convincing her that she needed to face this head on instead of running away. And convinced her to actually go back and talk to her dad. Which I still am not sure is the right move, but I think it's the right move, so we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was where we ended things. We
Yes.
just had to leave.
Yeah, you...
Getting ready to leave.
after packing their last few belongings...
I forgot I did that.
yes, alongside Princess Arisa Lissard, you are packing things up and heading off into the forest with, I believe, plans to make stops at Silvercrag once the once you make it through the forest, as it will be quite late by the time you get there.
Yes. Yeah, because we thought we might make it to Silvercrag and not to the actual Helm.
Yes. So, let us begin with Arya making a survival check to successfully navigate the paths of the forest, as it will be beginning to get dark.
It's not great, Jim.
Oh shit.
It's sufficient.
Yay.
Nice.
So you're beginning to become accustomed to the forest that you've travelled through a couple of times now, and it doesn't take you too long to find your bearings. Even in the what's beginning to settle into the half light of evening, you make your way through the forest back towards the city, or back towards the town of Silvercrag. But as you guys approach, actually, I guess what are all of you guys' passive perceptions again?
13.
15.
9?
I think 15 is our highest because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the highest.
Okay. So yeah, anyone with a passive perception higher than 10
Cool.
Nice.
Fucking
will. You notice basically that the as you're approaching the town, there seems to be what seems to be like a what's the best way to describe this? The air around you seems to be getting like fairly thick, and there's what looks like a faint, like almost like muffled beacon of light that's coming from the other edge of town. Arya, with your higher perception, you sort of like peer into the gloom, and with the aid of your dark vision, it looks like there's a flickering light just on the horizon at the edge of town. And you very faintly can pick up on the edge of your hearing what sounds like somebody shouting.
It's not great. I tell the others what I saw.
Okay.
Okay, I'm officially creeped out.
Can you tell what they're shouting about?
Can I tell what they're shouting about?
No, you're still a decent distance away from the town at this point.
Right.
I mean, this is just me, but this sounds like get in there quickly because I think something's wrong kind of territory.
It doesn't sound great, but we don't want to just storm into danger with our current company.
Yes. You currently have
Okay,
3
fair.
civilians in tow.
However, we should probably make haste, regardless.
So trot instead of walk. Except we're not all on horses. Never mind, let's just walk a bit faster.
Okay. So you guys begin to make your way into Silvercrag. And yeah, as you're getting closer, you begin to identify more of what it is that you can see and hear of this unusual activity. Yeah, basically you can hear raised voices shouting, and on the cold night air you're beginning to get the smell of burning. And as you guys are heading up the main street into the town, you can see just ahead of you that there's a couple of huddled figures sort of like peering out from behind one of the buildings.
They seem to be. Are they taking cover or are they hiding?
They look like they're hiding, but they're hiding from something in the opposite direction to where you guys are coming.
Hmm. Well, I feel like we should head towards them.
Okay. You head down towards them. They hear you guys coming, and turn around. They look concerned for a moment. There's two humans. You don't specifically recognize them, but they have a similar garb and appearance to the miners that you saw in the tavern one night. And they sort of they beckon you over and are sort of like usher you to keep down. Ouch.
That's back.
Yeah. I guess Elizabeth will just whisper and go, "So, what's going on?"
In hushed tones, the miners sort of whisper to you and sort of say, "We don't really know. All we heard was some shouting, what sounded like some arguing between two voices, and looks like something's on fire."
What building did it come from?
They sort of they're point slightly further down the road and say, "It's one of the buildings on the edge of town. It used to be an old warehouse, but I don't really know what it's being used for these days."
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm forgetting the names of the princess and her entourage.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you can just refer to her as Princess.
Alisard?
yeah, Princess Arisa listed.
Alisard.
Wait, what did her friends
I don't
call
really want to use their names,
Yeah,
so
well,
Yeah.
what was she called by her friends?
Uh,
That's just a generic name.
you heard Adovan refer to her as Ree.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna make it easier. You free. You know how to keep yourself kind of safe, right?
They sort of look at each other hesitantly
They
and sort
threw
of
a
nod.
rock at us.
Yeah.
When
No, what I'm
When-
gonna do is
I mean, like, as in you could hide out with these people for a bit.
alternate idea. Ree, take this, and I will hand the princess Scarlet.
Okay. You
If
hand
you
over
guys
your
ever get
familiar.
yeah, and I will say to them, if you guys get in danger, she'll be able to tell me, and we'll come back for you.
Yeah. Edovan sort of like holds out his hands and takes the small cat-sized dragon. Sort of says, "Okay, be safe."
We will.
Or not.
You as well, honestly.
Well, keep your heads down. I'll also say this to the miners. And
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Elizabeth also just goes, "Oh yeah, she's very good at spotting danger as well. So with any luck, she'll spot things for you.
Well,
Good
let's get
senses.
going.
Stay safe." And I'll also sort of like pat Scarlet's head, like, and just whisper to her in. I'll whisper to her in Draconic. Don't worry, I'll come back.
The dragon just sort of flicks its tongue at you and just goes,
Aw.
Absolutely adorable.
Let's go.
okay. So you guys begin to sneak towards this thing. Are you actually sneaking or are you walking?
I mean, I think it's probably a
Oh,
good idea to sneak.
The way I understood it, we were just gonna head towards it, more as in like rushed instead of sneaking.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could go ahead and...
It's up to you guys.
Well, I assume it's dark now, right?
Yes, it is. It is quite dark.
So, well, I guess how about we kind of like walk at a decent pace until we get like to like the edge
Okay.
of where we might like be seen, and then
we
like,
sneak.
We'll see what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you lighting any torches or anything of that kind?
No.
Yeah, I can rely on the dark vision people.
Yeah, you can all just hold onto my cloak or something.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Just grab Arya by the arm.
Yeah, I would offer a hand, but I feel like that's a little too low.
It's like, where are we going?
Mm,
You're a bit low to the ground.
I say out of this as well. Dark vision people. Isn't there only one now, or does
Yeah, it's just
Grim
me.
have it as well?
Wait, no,
Nope.
I have.
I think Grim's got dark vision.
And you have dark vision as well.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to
Yeah.
give you dark vision. Yes,
It's
I
me
did.
and Kelariis that don't have dark vision.
What's your dark vision, Grim?
I think it's 60. Let me
60
double check.
is the standard, I think.
Dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay.
Because cave gnome, basically, I guess.
Or rock gnome, but yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
rock. You're not
rock
you're not a
gnome.
deep gnome. If you're a
Well,
deep
I'm-
gnome, you have 120 feet.
Okay, so you guys.
Oh god. Oh my
Yeah.
god, what the fuck are they?
Okay,
I
So-
what?
you guys are advancing forwards until you get to basically you're within line of sight of basically you catch sight of like a building that's been like lit on fire, and there's some raised voices having a conversation in common. One of them is well, actually both of them are quite deep. Although one of them booms as if the speaker is unaccustomed to speaking quietly, almost. And yeah, basically, as you get closer, you catch the sort of tail end of the conversation, which is like, "It doesn't matter anymore. What's done is done. I don't believe we have. I don't believe we have come to an agreement on it, on where we lie on this. That is not acceptable." What are you guys doing?
can I get closer?
Yeah, sure. Move yourself about.
Don't forget me. I can't see.
Well,
Well, I can see, and they're very scary looking.
Okay, you're seeing something I clearly cannot. So.
Yeah.
No,
There's some bad shit, TM.
Oh
Yep.
great.
Kelariis, just scroll up a bit closer to the fiery building.
Oh, you know why? There's a glare on my screen. Oh, what the fuck is that?
I don't know, but they're scary.
There's a glare on my screen. I literally could not see that.
Okay, yeah.
So, Arya, you're beginning to sneak forwards.
Also, yeah, now that Arya's snuck off, I just like grab hold of Kelariis' arm instead.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can see.
And-
Yeah, but you're big and scary and strong.
Arya, as you sort of come to this corner, you can see a number of large, brutish creatures that are sort of like a number of them are brandishing weapons, and they all seem to be focused on this point over here, where you can see a figure with their back turned to you. Another hulking, colossal figure who seems to be holding their arms up and like trying to like reason with these individuals. And as you sort of like sneak up to the corner, you can the figure sort of like relaxes its pose for a second and says, "Look, I don't want this conflict any more than you do." To which the responder, who you can't see from where you're standing, Arya, sort of says, "What makes you think we don't want this conflict? This conflict has been living on our doorstep for years. It is our duty to do something now." At which point the figure says, "No! Leave this. This will only end worse." Are you staying where you are?
I guess I'll try to sneak
Okay.
up.
Make me a stealth check. Okay.
Cool.
Good lord.
So they all seem to be fixated on this one individual. Hang on, wait, are these guys in the wrong layer? Okay, something is looking a little wonky with my.
Like, meaning these guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
they're
can
kind of like faded.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We can
Anyway,
still see them.
it's fine. So yeah, you sneak around the corner, and Arya, you're taken quite by surprise as a huge bear
Bear?
is standing. Is the figure standing, holding its hands out in like a gesture of like stop, and it appears to be talking to a smaller creature that you recognise as a bugbear. You've seen these creatures before.
Yeah.
But yeah, the giant bear, at least you think it's a bear, is standing up on its hind legs, and appears to be wearing like sort of like a piece of armor on one arm, and has a massive like lumberjack's axe strapped to its back. Which you can imagine it's a large lumberjack axe for what would be for a human, but like the bear could quite easily wield it in like one hand. Yeah, and it's sort of like holding these creatures at bay. At the moment, you seem to be progressing undetected. But yeah, the figure that it was talking before, you can now see is the bugbear, and the bugbear just sort of I guess give me an insight check, I guess. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So, your experience with sort of hunting creatures and on occasion individuals, the bugbear standing in front of the bear he's almost like wild-eyed and like looks like he's almost like panicked to a degree. And he's currently like brandishing a short bow with like an arrow not quite held taut, but it's just knocked into the string. And he's sort of waving it like in the general direction of the bear as he talks and says, "Look, just Stand aside. I don't want to fight you. I have my orders. My orders are to kill these people, raid their supplies, and then go. I do not want to fight with you. And the bear is like sort of holding up its hands and says, "We don't have to do it this way."
Well, that's a massive red flag.
Are you reacting anyway, or are you just watching this unfold?
I'm just watching it for now. If he like tries to like hurt any of the townspeople, then I'm gonna intervene. But
Okay.
I wanna hear more for the
Okay.
moment.
At this point, like the bear figure sort of like clenches its fists and sort of says, "You know, if it comes to it, I will fight you. As much as it pains me, I will fight you. You know how this ends." Which, but the bugbear like pulls the string taut all of a sudden and like aims it at the bear and says, but this time it's different. This time we can kill you. And like as the sort of like the bowstring is pulled taut, like the bear like unclenches its hands and sort of like goes into the halt gesture again and sort of says, "Look, I don't know what it is you think that these mercenaries have wrought, but I can assure you these people are innocent." Okay. At this junction, another ogre steps out from, or like another large figure steps out from behind the trees, and sort of says, "Enough talking. We are here to take things. Stand in our way or go." Sorry, say that. Say thing
How
again.
much can we hear of this? Like, I know Luka can hear this. But...
You guys can hear this. This is like a fairly raised conversation.
Okay, well, I guess considering how heated it's getting, I'll try and get like slightly closer behind the building.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Well.
Oh yeah, important question. Are you guys wearing armor for the day's travel?
I am, because mine's just leather.
You're
so-
wearing leather, but
Well,
Elizabeth
you're
is not
being-
wearing armor because
I don't have armor.
I kind of assumed like we're kind of a royal escort now, so
yeah, it's entirely on you guys.
stealth.
Probably.
There.
So yeah, just make this with disadvantage then.
Ah,
Okay,
I
so
am-
Classic Grim.
finish your movement.
okay, so
Yeah. To be fair, in reaction to this, I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself, please.
Well, hang on a second, because
Okay.
Grim sort of like crosses this courtyard, and sort of at the same time Grim is like crossing to behind this building, the ogre in the back here, this guy, I can't ping him for some reason.
That.
Okay, there we go, it
Oh.
pinged.
Oh, there's one over there.
Yeah, he sort of turns and looks towards where Grim is, and turns, and you can see that like now that actually he's wearing sort of like a rudimentary like set of hide armor, and he's got in his hands what looks like a crossbow, except this is an ogre-sized crossbow, so it's more like a ballista.
Oh no.
At which point he sort of raises it towards where he saw Grim take a sprint and says, "We've got company!"
Okay, can I cast a spell?
Well, first of all, we're going to need everyone to roll initiative, because
Oh, yeah.
this is going to go off actual reaction speed now.
Okay, here we go.
Well,
Fantastic.
I was hoping to make
Wow,
it today.
Arya, this really
but-
sucks.
I literally cannot see half of this field, so this is gonna be fun. Fuck.
Oh, I forgot to select my token.
Wait. Something actually, something I'd like to do as a reaction.
Just roll the second.
Actually,
Why is this
I don't
token
need
like
to.
super transparent? I don't understand.
Yeah, what is? I need to have a look at my spells now.
I'm just trying to get this to be untransparent, but I don't think it's going to work. Nope, I don't know. This is weird. Anyway.
Oh well. It doesn't matter that much. He'll be dead soon anyway.
Wow.
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 Confidence.
I mean, if you saw these bros, you would understand. They're pretty bad.
Yeah, all I can see is Kelariis and Lyra.
Yeah, it's a good time over here.
Yeah, we're having a great time. We can't see shit. All of a sudden, I feel your pain for the last 2 years, Jayla,
Aye.
Luka, Jayla,
Jayla, Luka, Jayla.
Jayla, Luka, Jayla, Jayla,
Well,
Luka, Jayla, Luka.
one of those people.
One of
One
those.
of them.
One of the Americans.
One of the
Wow.
American.
Damn.
What? It's an identifier. It's
No.
a bit like saying one of the Brits to mean me and Rob. You know, it works.
I guess Minnie's the only Dutchman here, so.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
depends on if we're gonna go by birth. I'm not even Dutch.
yeah, he's Danish.
Danish. Well,
Mm.
it's not
Nope.
fancy.
Let's say the Viking,
Okay.
Ah,
or you could just see like the low country folk for for Minian. You know.
Anyway.
wow.
Oh, that's what the area is called. Aside from the Benelux. Enough about
So,
geography. Ah, classic battle music.
classic Path of Exile battle music. No, sorry, Pillars of Eternity, not Path of Exile. One of the PoEs. Anyway,
One of those.
One of them.
so upon hearing the ogre exclaim, "We've got company," the bugbear who's been negotiating with the large bear sort of turns to him, like looks around frantically and says, "Ah, I told you he was just buying time. Kill this furred fool and the rest of them." And he is going to loose an arrow. I'll just use that stat because that's basically what it is. I don't think that hits. Oh no, it does. Okay, that is... Yep. Okay, so the only Arya can really see this. The bugbear looses an arrow that strikes the bear creature and sinks into his hide, and he exclaims in pain and just goes, "Ah!" So he takes some damage. At which point he is going to turn around and, okay, does not see anyone behind him. And he sort of says, "Oh, I wish it didn't have to come to this," and he pulls the axe from his back, and 5, 10, 15, and he is going to make 2 attacks. Ooh, okay. So the first one misses as the bugbear ducks under the swing. The second one hits. Oh no, the second one does not hit. So the bugbear drops the short bow and brings out a shield just in time to block the axe swing from this giant bear. Oh god, I hate this. Okay. Roll 20 enhancement suite. I hate that I had to reinstall you, but please change your settings back off this one.
No.
It's like, how about actually we don't?
Don't move Hanger to take
We're
applying
not.
close. Okay. So the first guy with the giant crossbow is going to take the shot at Grim, as you saw Grim making a run for it. 21. That hits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That will hit.
Wow.
21 piercing damage as what is essentially a giant rock on the end of a large tree limb strikes you in the side.
Ow.
That is mundane piercing damage, so that is affected by your heavy
so
armor master.
18. Woohoo.
Heavy armor master.
Paying off.
Okay. Coming around the corner. Okay, he does not see anyone, so. Elizabeth.
Will be.
Elizabeth will turn to Kelariis and just say, I suppose this is where we see what each other are capable of. And I will cast light on her shield.
Okay.
Oh, my friend.
Ah!
Okay.
Have some 20-foot radius bright light and 20 foot, and then an additional 20 feet of dim light.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna go in with 2 lit up pieces of equipment. I'm so excited. This is completely unnecessary.
Kelariis is illuminated.
Yeah, I don't know your sword glows.
No, I know. This is so good.
So yeah, I do that. And then I still can't see shit. So really all I can do is just sort of space out, I guess.
Space out.
Ha ha.
That's what it takes
Yeah. And I would just sort of stand here. There's nothing else I can do. I've got nothing I can do as a bonus action that'd be useful.
I failed to put myself in the initiative order again.
Oh, well done.
It's fine.
I mean, I suppose you're at the bottom anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Grim!
Like,
Excellent.
hey, at least I get to modify it back up to a 3. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, next.
Okay. So next is the bugbears. So Arya, you watch as. Okay. 3 of them draw. They've all got what look like Morning Star style maces at their belts, but they don't reach for these. Instead, they draw some short swords with they've got like almost like a shimmering silver edge to them, and 3 of them advance on the bear.
Oh my god. Okay, so out of character, I totally know what he is now.
One of them, however, seems to look around, doesn't seem to see you, but instead draws his well, actually, yeah, I guess he has a javelin, so he would draw a javelin and move over here. At this point, he would see you.
What? That's bullshit.
Because he has dark vision.
Yeah,
I have a 26 stealth!
Yeah, but that doesn't prevent you from, like, he is now looking for you and you are directly in line of sight of him.
Man.
And yeah, he is going to throw a javelin at you. 22.
Yeah.
You take... oh wait, hang on. You haven't acted in this round yet, have you? No, you're about to act. Okay, so you take 10 piercing damage as the... like, you don't expect that he'll be able to see you, and he spots you, and the javelin, like, cuts into your shoulder.
How much damage do I get?
10. 10 piercing. And the remaining bugbears are gonna attack with their short swords. Oh wow, they're all rolling really well. So 2 of them manage to strike. So that's... oh yeah, and that's plus an additional 4. So they begin to like slash at the bear with these short swords. Arya.
Okay, I'm going to cast Spike Growth
Okay.
from here. So it's a 20-foot radius.
Okay. So spike growth. So it ends up looking like that. Is that what you wanted?
I think it's a circle.
Oh, it's a circle, is it? Okay. Oh yeah, 20-foot radius. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
I was like, wait a second.
So yeah. Oh, this is going to be in red instead, but.
It's fine.
That's 20 foot, right? Yeah, that's 20 foot. There you go.
There we go. That's more like it. So now, if any creature moves, they take they take 2d4 for every 5 feet.
Okay.
So.
Lyra.
Lyra is gonna.
Oh wait, hang on. I've just
dash.
realised. We don't do this anymore because of the new rules.
Oh yeah, you just.
Lyra moves on your initiative.
Oh yeah,
So,
I'm gonna have to remember that. Anyway, so she's gonna dash.
yeah, okay.
Gonna dash up by me.
Yeah, so, and also when she's within a certain amount of feet of you, she actually gets bonus movement, so.
Heyo.
Yeah, you can bring her up to that. Okay, so the ogres, intelligence check. Nope. Nope. They look up, see the rest of the group as you're now illuminated by light, and decide to go 5, 10, 15, 20. So that was
2d4.
so he moved 20 feet, so 20 feet over the spikes. So roll me the damage for that.
Okay.
That's his dash. The other one is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, that's too far. And we'll dash again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Nope, too far.
It's terrifying because I can't see where they've moved to.
I know, right?
One of them is dashed right in front of you, so
Oh,
you can hear like a thundering crash as one of them. And can you roll 64 for this guy as well?
lot of 4s.
That was better damage than your other roll.
Okay.
Which I'm glad on, because he's right in front of me and I'm scared.
That's okay.
That guy's gonna move. He's gonna make an attack roll. I can just do it manually, can't I? Okay, yeah. So, like, this fight starts off, you hear these ogres come thundering towards you, and then you just hear a roar from somewhere, and the sound of, like, something hitting and splintering stone.
That's never good.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Kelariis.
Hello.
Please
Well,
move to a place
there's
where you
a-
provide as much light as possible, because I do not feel confident flinging spells into this darkness.
No, I mean, there is a big unfortunate person in front of Elizabeth, so I'm going to zoom in. Hold on. I zoomed out to try to see as much as I could, and then I couldn't move myself. So I'm going to kind of... Well...
Oh, I
completely
can now
unnecessary.
just about see Lyra. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's fine. Completely unnecessary. I've also done the thing where freedom can glow because why
Okay,
not? At this
you
point,
yell
honestly.
freedom, and whoa!
There's no reason for it because my shield is also glowing, but I feel like
You
it's
do it
better.
for style points.
Yeah, I do it for
Points.
style points.
Well, doesn't have more light, maybe.
Maybe it's just a lot of light right on top of
Yeah.
me. But yeah, I'm gonna try to hit this thing.
Okay.
Perhaps. Let's go.
I love how nice
Hit.
you were and gave us that little square of light so we could see what we were doing.
Hello. Right, because I get the extra thing now because we leveled up since we last fought ages ago. One more.
Freedom!
So,
I've just realised why they're weirdly transparent.
Why?
What?
It's because they're not in bright light.
Oh.
Oh.
I keep forgetting that that's a feature.
Nice. Oh yeah, because this one looks fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
The 22 also hit.
Yeah, 22 also hits.
Okay. I might actually smite on that one, just first
Okay.
level. I didn't know how to use smites now. I think that's just 2d8.
Yeah, it's not a fiend or anything else, so... okay, cool. So, this ogre comes thundering towards you, well, towards Elizabeth. You run in front of it and just first swing, like, scours across its, like, across its knee, bringing it, like, crashing to the ground in front of you. Second swing, just across the stomach, just disembowels it.
Nice.
Dead.
Nice.
I'll give the Kelariis a little thumbs up.
I just give a quick grin. I don't know if I have. I think I probably have like 5, maybe.
You have 15 feet of movement left. Or, yeah, no, 10 feet of movement.
Yeah. I'm gonna just move to the side of it, like here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grim.
Okay, another ogre.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even make it to anyone currently.
There is the sounds of combat on the other side of this house as well, and yeah, you can see vaguely, like, coming forward in the dark, like looking for targets. Is this is another ogre?
Okay, that's an ogre.
Yeah, he's got another a crossbow like the other one.
But he's also wearing armor from the
I
looks of it.
will go the other way around the building from that ogre because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh god.
Oh wow, there's a lot going on there.
And I can't see any of it. Well, I can see an ogre. Can't see anything else.
For now, considering I can't actually reach, I guess I might as well throw a dart.
Yeah, you pull a dart as you're running, just whoosh.
Pocket darts.
Pocket darts. Nice.
Hit.
And I will use. Oh, I need to actually remind myself what these do. I'm just gonna roll it to see if.
Okay, distracting strike.
Oh yes, distracting strike. That should be good.
So roll some damage.
Cool.
So that's
Oh, that's
14.
I don't have stealth activated right now.
Okay. So,
and,
this ogre's like running towards Arya, like raising its club. You throw a dart, it hits it in the side of the neck, and it goes, "Roar!" and just turns towards you instead.
Nice.
Good job, me.
Good job, Grim.
You sound really uncertain about that.
I know.
No, Grim is certain. Me, not so much. It's fine.
Good job.
I guess that will be it. It's not actually, I can throw a second dart, I guess. I might as well. Not like I'm going to do anything else. Does it hit?
That does hit, yes.
Cool.
Second dart.
Nice.
Oh, and well, considering I don't think there's gonna be much combat after this. So for my last one, I'm actually gonna, for my last attack, I'm gonna just yell at Arya. Hit more.
Yep.
Hit more,
Wow.
hit hard.
He's distracted. Hit him.
I mean, I would.
Also, you get advantage on your attack.
Oh, great.
And
Nope.
So yeah, Arya, make an attack roll against this target.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Also, why are you using the scimitar?
What else would I use? Oh, Frostbrand.
You got
Sorry.
your new badass sword.
You have a
I
fucking
have
magic
not-
sword.
I have not used Frostbrand yet.
It's time, Arya.
There we
Okay,
go.
so there you go.
Nice.
Fancy
Oh,
sword. Can I just point out you rolled the exact same thing as well?
Yep.
yo,
Okay. So, the ogre like lurches towards Grim as the first dagger distracts it. The second dagger sort of like hits it in the chest, and it sort of like brushes it aside in rage, brings up the club, and at the same time Grim's like, "No!" And like Arya just like jumps up onto the club as it's like raising the club into the air, like parkours up the club, and just like Frostband just swing, and yeah, like opens the side of its neck from spine to throat.
Oh my god.
Badass.
Oh.
Yes.
These guys are falling a lot easier than I thought they would. They look a lot tougher.
Yeah, they do look a lot scarier than they are actually.
Well,
That was only like
it's
20. That was only like 29
Yeah.
damage.
yeah, it's important to remember that you guys are 11th level at this point.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there's
that was still only 29 damage. That's still easily achievable by a level 1 party.
Well, it also isn't 29 damage. It's 29 damage plus all of the damage you took from running through spike growth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
fair point.
that is true. It did take a shit.
I had forgotten about the spike growth. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Spike growth
29
is
plus
over.
18.
Spike growth for the win. Woo!
Nice use of spike growth, Arya.
Okay, so the bugbear chief is going to drop his short bow now that there's a bear trying to swing an axe at him, and draw his silver short sword. Hit. Wow, these guys are rolling real well.
I don't like that.
And that
Stop
is-
rolling well, bad guys.
Yeah, okay. Oh wait, does he get 2 attacks? I think he gets 2 attacks. He does get 2 attacks, so he'll make that again. Oh, also, he should take the full damage of that, not half of that damage, I've just realised. So, that's... yeah.
how's
That's
your bear friend doing?
another attack
How's
like
the
that.
weather?
I will tell you in a moment. Like he's currently being stabbed by 4 people. That it seems to be fairly effective. Like he's now like bleeding. Yeah, he's not like been in like cut to ribbons yet, but it's like if this keeps up, he's not going to be up for much longer.
Weather, no!
Not the werebear.
Save the werebear. He seems
At-
chill.
At this point,
For a werebear.
fully aware of his situation, he is going to make 2 shove attacks. Okay, that makes life easier.
Shove.
Okay, so one of the bugbears is pushed. I don't think this triggers spike growth because it's not voluntary movement. The rest are not pushed, however, but he is going to... yeah, he's just going to move because that's the smartest thing he can do.
But he's in the spike growth.
You notice he doesn't seem to give a damn about spike growth.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Well, I wouldn't actually, because he's now completely out of my sight. He was only slightly inside in the first place.
And yeah, he's going to proc some attacks of opportunity from the bugbears. One fails, one hits, and the chief gets one as well. Fail, nice. Okay, he only takes half of that. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. Oh, yes, that's a point. I've just looking at where my things are positioned and
That's mildly concerning.
okay. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
This guy's so sneaky.
So Grim, 22 to hit you, I presume hits.
Yeah.
24 piercing damage as another tree trunk like bolt like smashes into you and like knocks the wind out of you. Also, Elizabeth, I'm assuming 22 hits you.
Yeah, definitely.
Nine-
Head over my armor class.
19 piercing damage as a
Ow.
tree trunk like crossbow bolt flies past you and like cuts a big red swath in your back.
Ow.
Where's that come from?
Yeah.
Over here somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't ping. There we go. Off to your left.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Elizabeth was about to tell you.
Yeah, that's
There's.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, because Elizabeth is just gonna sort of run this way while saying, "Crash to the left. He was there, but I can't see him anymore."
got it.
She'll stand here where she can now see things. And I think it's time to remove some threats. Let's have a look. So if I just sort of, I can't tell if the bugbear's there or not. But then again, that's like, yeah. Mr. Dungeon Master, I'd like a fireball right there, please.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Fireball!
Okay. Roll it.
Also, I decided for flavor reasons, Elizabeth's fireballs are blue. 'Cause it's
Okay.
like oxygenated fire for reasons.
Cool. So you conjure this blue orb of fire and then propel it towards these bugbears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll some.
Roll some damage.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
I assume you didn't account for Bear Boy, did you?
Fair boy.
But well, this is the thing. Unless he's in these two tiles I can't see, he's fine.
Okay.
Sounds like Bear Boy may be in one of those tiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Bear Boy's in one of those tiles, I'm sorry, Bear Boy.
I can't see you ping anything. So
Oh wait, no.
unless
hang
he's
on.
right next to this guy.
I think I just need to reload my roll 20.
Oh.
Okay, so you are left with a number of badly burned bugbears.
Yay!
Oh wait, oops. I keep applying that to the wrong one.
Those are some sad low numbers, though.
Yeah, that's quite low for just a regular fire.
Yeah, I got 3 2s. 3 2s and 3 3s.
Yeah, so yeah, a number of the bugbears are badly burned by this exploding ball of crackling blue flame.
And yeah, that's pretty much all
you?
I can do.
Okay.
That's me.
The bugbears are momentarily conflicted as they are scorched by a fireball. I guess the chief will scoop up his bow and say, "Ah, more mercenaries! Take them down!" And he will try and take a shot at. He's going to try and take a shot at the person who just fireballed him because that's he's not too happy about being fireballed.
I just had a thought as well. Actually, is spike growth flammable?
No,
Ah, shame.
It's magic.
it's magical
No.
vines. 11 doesn't hit you.
It'd have been so cool if it was flammable.
I mean, if it was flammable, that would be pretty badass.
Yeah, because now the
Yeah.
whole thing would be on fire otherwise.
11 doesn't hit you, does it?
Who?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Oh no, 11 doesn't hit.
Thank God.
Yeah, 11 does not hit. I'm slightly dexterous.
5, 10. Yeah, that's. Okay, so one of the bugbears runs for it and basically like gets as far as the edge of the spike growth and like trips and just like falls into the spike growth and doesn't get up again.
Cool.
One of them moves. Yeah, he moves 5 feet out of that, so give me 2d4, Arya. Okay.
Not great damage.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, the other one is going to try and move out of it as well. Another 2d4, please.
Oh, that's better.
Okay. And he's going to try and go and block his path. This guy's going to get out by the shortest possible route, so 4d4 for this guy, please. Well, he got shredded.
Yay!
Haha.
The Bugbear Chieftain is watching his minions being cut to ribbons. After taking the shot, decides to stay where he is. Arya.
Haha. Okay, well, I'm gonna move up here. I am going to switch to my bow.
Okay. You sheath Frostbrand and you like hear the ice just go shh. Pull the bow.
So all these guys are still alive, yeah?
Yep. All of them that don't have X's.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot this guy and. Oh wait, I don't have double arrows, do I?
Don't have multi-attack.
Nope.
That's
R.I.P. playing a character that has multi-attack.
R.I.P. Flame.
R.I.P. fighter.
Right.
I missed my Rito already. Okay, well I'll shoot this guy then.
It's okay. You still have Lyra, who now has 50 feet of movement because she's within 10 feet of you.
I do have Lyra.
That's a hit, I think?
Hit?
Oh, no, it's not quite.
Not
But
quite a hit.
The hit?
not a hit.
Not a hit.
No hit.
Lyra?
Okay, she's gonna move over here and nom him.
Okay.
Nom nom nom.
Hit.
Nice, Blair.
Yeah.
Like, Lyra just pulls him to the ground and just like...
Oh yeah, Agiad, make a strength check, because
No, dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
well,
fucking
never
dead.
mind.
He's
No
dead.
strength checks if you're dead.
He's fucking
Yeah.
dead, bitch. Can't make a strength save if you're dead.
Yeah, it's that moment where like the dog's just running towards him, like grabs him by the arm and just gets like pulled to the ground by the momentum of the dog just jumping on him. Which is impressive
imagine
considering
the,
these guys are like 7 feet tall.
Imagine the Call of Duty dogs.
Yeah.
Just jump you and then go for the throat.
Lyra strong.
End of Arya's turn, yes?
Call of Duty dogs were
Yeah.
terrifying.
Ogre's all dead. Okay, so I need to redraw some lines because he's going to change his strategy, hearing the changing combat.
Hearing the boom!
Yeah.
Days
so
weather was cloudy with a chance of fireball.
let's draw this in black.
That's weirdly appropriate for me, because air.
Okay. So this goes 5, 10, 15, 20. Attack roll.
Can't see shit.
Yeah.
The biggest mood.
I don't like it when he's doing things and I can't see what he's doing.
Oh, okay. So, Grim, you hear like another monumental roar and like a stone cracking sound, and the wall to the left of you, like a load of stones just shower outwards. The wall does not break.
Oh.
Oh no.
We're
I don't like the look of that.
And Kelariis.
I have no idea what the hell's happening up there. Elizabeth told me that she got shot from the left, so I'm gonna head in that direction.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can move if I do this correctly. Just kidding, I can't do it. Try moving to there. I don't. Oh, hello. That's something that I
Okay.
can now see. I'm assuming that is the thing that shot.
Yeah, he is like currently like hefting another massive bolt into a huge crossbow.
Let me. I need to remember how Relestro works really quickly because I can do the pull thing, right?
Yes, you can. It's basically. I think you need to hit with a melee attack, and then if you hit with a ranged weapon attack, then if you hit, you can. I think it's as a bonus action, pull them 10 feet.
Okay.
But they have to make a strength save. I think actually. Oh no, he's large, so you can still pull him. I think it's 2 size classes is the minimum on Relestro.
No, that's okay. In that case, you know what? I'm just gonna Misty step in front of him and just smack him with my sword.
Okay.
It's my sword's out.
That also works.
Yeah, I mean my sword's out, you know. Actually,
Yep.
I'm gonna do it a little bit this way so I can actually see.
Knights out, smites out.
Lights out,
Lights
smites out.
I'm guessing this building I'm next to is on fire and that's why I can still see.
Yeah, let me mark.
No.
Oh.
No.
No,
So still
you-
left like a curve of light.
There's fire all the way over here, but
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Roll both of the attacks.
Cause like, there's still like
2
perfect
hits.
vision like here.
2.
I think that's just
Oh, yeah.
Kelariis' light.
I just glow all the time.
Yeah, but Kelariis is all the way over there. And there's light here.
I don't know.
And I'm gonna do another first level smite. 'Cause I just want to get through this, and I don't like that I can't see what's happening around corners while I'm fighting things.
I don't know.
so-
Maybe it's because that's the route I travelled.
It might just be. It might be dark and you just
Yeah.
can't tell.
Yeah, I think it's because I've been there. It's like illuminating. You've been here. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. So hang on, let me do some quick maths.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is he dead?
19. 20, 30... So that's 53 damage.
Oof.
He is still alive, but barely.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright, let's go, buddy.
So like you run like this guy is like loading this crossbow like as you he expects you to run short like as he's loading the crossbow, but then it's just boom right next to him, and you just like stab him once in the leg to bring him down, and then once in the stomach, and he's just like Rah! Yeah, he doesn't look fantastically healthy after that. Grim.
We should probably keep the leader alive if we can. Also,
Are you actually saying that?
Yes, I'm like saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Whilst I charge towards the massive crossbow.
Yeah,
wielding-
you don't really want to get shot again.
Let's see, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I? You know, I feel like I should probably just activate my belt and get
Okay.
an extra movement. And I think that's the belt takes up my action, right?
It does. So you
Uh,
watch as Grim starts running forward, like slaps the belt buckle and just goes doof, 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 and just like grows to 6 feet as he's running towards it. The ogre who's like loading his crossbow is like, what the fuck?
Except I
Same,
don't,
buddy,
because I can't
same.
see anything.
and
I can't see anything past here, so
Wow.
I don't see that.
I also used my second wind for 20 apparently.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a
Nice.
big second wind.
It's a fair enough.
11th level, baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's still almost max.
Yeah, it is. It's one away from max. You nearly won at blackjack, so well done.
Yeah, the yeah, I think the Bugbear Chieftain is going to hunker down and yell to his subordinates, "Deal with those spellcasters!" And he'll take the dodge action.
I was just sort of gonna yell out afterwards, like, "No, don't! Do something else!"
The bear is going to attack the guy who's stopping him from retreating. Oh, that's a crit.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, so those of you who actually can like sort of see this bugbear, watch as like this bugbear like skids to a halt in front of the lumbering bear, and the bear just goes, "I'm sorry," poof, and just cleaves him in half with the great axe.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn!
At which point he turns, looks down at the wolf next to him, just sort of like seems to have a moment of realization, and just says, "Help me deal with the remainders and put out the fire."
Lyra. Bork!
Bork.
Oh, he
Fork.
yells it to the night air as sort of like as if he's like expecting to find more people helping. Crossbow guy is gonna like, one of them is gonna frantically like reload and try and shoot Grim again before he gets close.
Oh, he's been fairly accurate so far.
18.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Hey!
Like the bolt comes like flying towards you, and you duck under it and just like knock it aside with the edge of your shield. Just. The other guy is going to. Yeah, the only thing he can do is he's just going to try and hit Kelariis with the butt of his crossbow. 17.
No.
Wrecked.
Smack it away with the shield.
You just like block it, like, like just meeting this guy is like almost like maybe like 12 feet tall, like trying to like push you down with the butt of this crossbow, and you're like, nope.
How about no? let's.
How about no?
And yeah, I think this guy is smart enough that he's actually going to retreat. 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, he's going to run away from Grim.
Wow.
If I could see him and Graham, I'd shoot him, but I can't.
Elizabeth.
Oh no, I can see him now.
You can?
Yeah, I can see him now. He's there.
Oh,
Yeah, because
just about on the
he's
edge of the
he's
fire.
moved into the firelight, so Elizabeth can see him.
No, I lost him. I just didn't. I was like trying to find
Is
him.
he a humanoid technically?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay.
You don't think so.
Okay. Do I try something? You know what, I reckon I do. I'm gonna help you, Grim.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Hold Monster on him.
Okay.
At least I'm gonna check him in range first. Yes, I am! Just about. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hold Monster on him.
Okay. What is the save on that?
I believe it's a... yeah, Wisdom save, DC 17.
9.
Yeah!
He is held.
Get paralyzed.
Nice.
So it's just
And then I'm gonna try and, like, not get left in the darkness. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Remember, you are concentrating.
Yep. I'll give myself a little marker. There we go. Red dot for concentrating.
The
That's not gonna go
remaining
with the purple.
bugbear is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, he really can't do this well. 35. Provokes an attack of opportunity from Lyra. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He will get to there if he survives.
If you survive.
He takes 11 piercing damage and is unfortunately killed instantly as he leaves Lyra's attack of opportunity zone.
Oh,
Rip.
nice try though.
So just grab him by the leg and just he trips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't.
Falls conveniently out of sight behind the giant bear so you don't see what she does to him.
Oh.
Of course.
Arya.
Like stressed once again, I can't see.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
This is gonna be
get wrecked, bitch.
Oh,
41 bonus.
That's okay.
one bonus damage on the crit.
One though.
So,
Need some sad
Grim,
violin
you
music.
watch as you yell, "We best keep the leader alive," and then Arya just
Oh,
proceeds to
no!
shoot him.
Oh no, I forgot! Oh fuck.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't want to
Say anything! Oh my god.
Like,
Just I didn't. This was your turn.
the arrow like
Stopped.
catches him in the shoulder, and he like steps, like staggers backwards, like falls to one knee, but then sort of like pulls himself back to his feet. He's like, ah. Oh, actually, hang on. I've just realised as well. You technically have disadvantage to attack him because he did dodge last round. So that
Oh,
may
yeah,
not.
that's-
You may lose out on 1 point of damage here.
Oh god,
Roll-
no,
roll
not
the dice
1
again.
point of damage.
Well, it might even miss.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to roll the
Yeah, roll the attack again because
Oh,
you
yeah.
technically have disadvantage. No, that does still hits, but he
-1 damage.
he gains 1 health back.
Yay!
I was going to say it'd be really sad if you rolled like a nat 1.
Yeah, that'll be so sad.
Ogre's dead. Oh yeah, attack roll for this guy. Okay, that's more than enough damage. Arya, behind you, you hear someone yelling behind you in Giant, and the only thing they can be yelling in Giant must be "Oh yeah!" as
Wow. I can't believe you're doing Kool-Aid, man.
the Kool-Aid ogre smashes through the wall behind you and
God, yeah.
comes up behind you.
The Kool-Aid ogre. The Kool-Aid ogre.
I hate all of this.
And I can't see him.
This is fine.
Kelariis.
I'm assuming he's here, but I can't see him.
I know. I think he's on the other side of the building, even.
No,
Yeah,
'cause he was knocking on this wall earlier.
Oh fuck! I don't.
Oh, Arya, you can also see as well, like, the thing he's using to smash through walls is basically a metal-tipped tree trunk that he's holding in 2 hands.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this one first.
So it's not his foot.
Yeah. Also, this house here now is incredibly structurally unstable.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I gathered as much.
That was not.
Yeah, cool. You like pull your sword out of this guy's gut and then just like Aragorn style, just flourish finisher him.
Nice. I'm going to run. I guess this way. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a building on fire and a giant bear man thing, and a lot of dead bodies.
Cool. Awesome.
Grim.
Just a typical day for the Second Age crew.
How? Looks pretty bad for Arya, doesn't it?
Eh?
Well, Arya should be okay.
Arya is now toe to toe with a giant ogre who's using a tree trunk as a weapon, but sure.
Like she knows trees.
She knows
Fine.
trees.
She knows trees.
She knows trees. She knows
Little
trees,
girl
not
who
giant
knows
ogres
trees.
wielding trees.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everyone knows that part of the ranger toolset is dodging tree trunks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, really.
Look, you'll be even closer to nature if you fail.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Why are you like this?
So you close the distance on this ogre who's like frozen in place, like running away from you.
Yeah. Let me. I don't think I get but the base of smiting is against constructs. You get a bonus, right?
Against constructs, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Cool. Let's go ham.
And you get advantage.
You do. Does he get to save for taking damage?
So I've just thought. I don't believe so. I think it's just at the end of his turn.
But I think does he get advantage for taking damage? I seem to remember that's a thing.
Target must say that a wisdom saving throw will be paralyzed for the duration. Spell has no effect on undead. At the end of each of its turns, target can make another wisdom saving throw on a success that spell ends on the target.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's all it says. So, no, he doesn't
So
get
that's 3 hits.
God, isn't there auto crits?
that's what I'm looking up now because I think it's part of the paralyzed condition.
It's part of the paralyzed condition, yes.
So yeah, auto crits.
Wait, how do I make it? How do I force a crit?
You just roll an extra d6 for every attack.
Yeah. So basically, roll your attacks, then do 3d6.
Roll 6. Oh. I'll just do it 3 times. There we go.
God, we're loving the natural 1 crits today, aren't we?
We're loving the natural 1 crits.
Okay.
Everyone, that's
6,
Gri-
9, and 10.
Grim wails on an incapacitated ogre for 6 seconds, just "Argh!"
Look. Sounding like an ogre as well, from the sounds of it.
He does have a slightly deeper voice. He's like, "Oh!"
Oh, I forgot. I forgot a lot of damage. I need to roll a bunch of enlarged dice.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that is 2d4 each. There we go. That's
Oh
slightly
my
better.
god, that's a lot more damage.
Okay, yeah, that's another 17
That's
damage.
2 4s.
This is fine. Don't worry about
Immediately
it.
followed by 2 1s, but 2 4s.
You're just like smacking this ogre and just like hearing bones break and it can't do anything.
Poor ogre.
Seeing that Arya is
But he has
now
to show his
engaged
face
with
to the wizard.
its ally, the bugbear chief is going to take a shot with his short bow. Hit. Arya, you take 7 piercing damage as a short bow, and short bow arrow just like nicks into your calf. Bear.
Bear?
A bear?
Oh, I know what Bear's gonna do. Yeah, he's gonna go. Excuse me, little wolf. He's gonna walk back into the spike growth because he doesn't give a damn about the spike growth, and he is gonna attempt to grapple the bugbear. Yeah, so the the bugbear fires off an arrow which hits Arya, turns around and sees the bear, can't run for the massive spikes around him, and the bear just goes, "I'll take that!" Just pulls the short bow out of his hand and just tosses it aside.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, good.
This guy, end of his turn, gets to save.
Yep.
6.
Another wisdom against DC 17.
Wizard.
Yeah, I don't think ogres are very wise.
Wizard!
It's a wizard, Harry!
Place upon me
I
a
can see
wizard's
things,
kiss!
but not very many things. Everything's still behind the building. So I guess I might as well dash. I guess I'll stay here for the time being. But
Bugbear's all
really
dead.
anything else I can do.
Arya,
Okay,
you turn to face the Kool-Aid man.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
Yep,
and,
just whoop, okay, back to sword. Shook.
back sword. Shing. That really sucks.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not a hit, unfortunately.
But yeah, that's a big bear.
Well, shit. Okay. Lyra is gonna come over here.
Yeah.
Oh, can you move the dead ogre token?
Sure. Okay.
And she's gonna bite him.
Okay. Because the two of you are in proximity, you get an advantage. So that's a hit, and I think you also... oh, yeah, you can designate your target as well to give her additional damage if you want. An extra d8, I think it is.
Yeah. The thing.
Yeah.
Do it!
Do it!
Come on!
Yeah, because
Come on.
he's in reach of both of you, so roll an extra d8.
Come on, do it now! Good old Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Roll an extra... There you go.
I'm doing it, Rob. Jeez.
Roll
you
another
can open up your
d8
hand.
now!
Okay.
Come on!
So,
Roll
like,
it.
Lyra, like, jumps up and, like, chomps onto his arm that he's holding the trunk with, and he's like, ah, like, trying to shake her off. Yeah, he can't be knocked prone by the attack, though, because he's a size class larger.
Yeah.
He's too swole.
It's his turn. He's not going to use his special ability, because it would be completely pointless, so instead he's just going to try and bash your head in with a giant log. That's a critical hit.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Can't wait for this damage.
You take 22 bludgeoning damage as a tree trunk is brought down upon you.
Yeah,
Oh.
closer to nature.
Closer
Shut up.
to me.
Shut up, Minnie!
Minnie!
Corinne, I swear to God.
Oh.
That's all he can do, Kelariis.
Okay. So wait, does the bear currently have the bugbear grappled?
He currently has the bugbear grappled. Yes.
Okay. I guess, and I hear something happening that involves smashing through the side of the house and maybe a tree trunk coming down on the other side of this building. Awesome, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You also heard him like yelling about the fire and stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think I have anything I can do about the fire, so I was gonna look at Elizabeth and say, see if you can take care of that fire, and I'm gonna try to start running around the side of this house. Slowly but surely. Oh wow, there's. Hello. Yeah. Okay. That's in line of sight enough. Like if I can see that space.
Yeah, I would say you can see that space.
Okay, I'm gonna see step
Shoop.
and start doing some hits.
Okay. So new special rule that Arya has: when she and Lyra are both within 5 feet of a target, anyone else who attacks that target has advantage.
Ooh. Oh,
Nice.
okay. I mean, I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, let's make some swings. I'm just gonna 2 hits.
2 hits.
I will also smite. I will smite.
Okay.
Just a low smite. Type that in.
Okay. So Arya, like you're hit with this reeling blow that knocks you like staggering backwards a couple of steps, and you just hear like the clanking of plate mail, just doosh doosh doosh, shoop. And then like as the ogre is like lifting up the log to try and like grab Lirot, who's still like hanging off his arm, and Kelariis just like 2-hand thrust, like even holding the shield, like 2-hand thrusts freedom like directly up into this ogre's throat, and he's just like collapses into the building, knocks like away like a chunk of the wall, and yeah, is totaled.
Sorry, building.
Oopsies.
Grim.
Well, I guess I should see if I can actually end this. Let's roll more hits. I hope. Oh, that's crits.
Nice.
They're all crits.
Yeah, no, but like now I can just press.
Oh
the
yeah, you can just press the button.
and-
Yeah.
Oh, magic happens. Oh, that's that's correct. It's just because it's weird. So many numbers.
Okay.
So many
Yeah, you watch as Grim slowly and methodically breaks every bone in the ogre's body.
Okay.
As it should.
As it should be.
And yeah, we will stay in initiative because this guy's still going to try and shiv the bear, but all of the other targets are eliminated.
I guess I'm not concentrating anymore if that big thing's dead.
You are no longer concentrating. Oh yeah, Arya actually needs to make a Constitution saving throw for concentration for the spike growth, I think. Or is spike growth concentration?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you lose that.
It's fine. I mean, I was gonna dispel it anyway if I didn't.
This guy is still going to try and shiv our bear friend.
Not the werebear.
He hits once. The bear. I guess yeah. The bear's reaction is it didn't have to be like this, and he's just gonna backhand him across the face.
Cool.
That first hit does nothing. Second hit hits. Okay, Elizabeth?
Okay. Elizabeth's gonna be running over here while having a slight panic of how the hell does she put out a fire.
Okay.
And then she's gonna have a crazy idea, which I think will work. So, but I'm just gonna try it anyway. If I give myself a dragon's breath of cold, will that put out fire?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
Okay.
So as a bonus action, I will give myself cold dragon's breath, and then I will breathe on the fire as an action.
Okay. Yeah, roll me some damage for that dragon's breath.
Cool. I'll just use a second level spell slot. So that's 3d6. That's no.
Okay.
Nope.
That's
Wait, no.
That's 36d.
60. What?
6. Were you seriously about to take 36?
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's more than enough. But then I was like, wait, hold on a minute.
I was gonna say I can't even roll 36 on 3d6.
Yeah.
We could dream.
I could roll it on 66, but it'd be max damage.
You could, yes.
No, 6.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna take you a while of doing this.
It's the best. Yeah, Elizabeth's just gonna say, it's the best I can think of right now, unless anyone's got water. Or strong winds. I don't know. That might make it worse.
I would have thought that was your forte, but
Here, dash over. Over here. That's it. And then Lyra will go over here, I guess. That's all I can do for my turn.
okay. When you and Lyra are within, I think it's within like 30 feet of each other, you get 10 feet of extra movement, by the way, so you can.
Right.
Kelariis.
I don't. Can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of move in this general direction. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't have any like.
Fire, putty outy spells.
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
check.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm just gonna position myself on like the other side of this bugbear. I'm gonna like dash and
Okay.
position myself. I know like I can't take any action, but
Mhm.
position myself to be like, hey, try anything, buddy.
Grim, got any ideas?
Well, we haven't seen any wells or anything of the sort, right?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Intelligence. Wow.
Okay, there is a well. There's a couple of wells actually that you recall seeing. There's one further back in the town square, just past those villages that you saw previously. But you also know that the source of the river bends quite close towards the town. So it may be possible that you can get to the river. It may be closer.
Oh, there is actually a river nearby.
The only question is if you have a bucket.
I think this is one of the few things I do not possess somehow. No, actually, I do. I do possess a bucket. I'm pretty
you
sure.
have a bucket.
Let me. I need to
Why do you
check the
have a
bag
bucket?
of holding.
Does the bag of holding have a bucket?
I'm pretty sure because
You
I
you spend your action rooting around in the bag of holding.
I'm well, like if I have the bag of holding, I just hold it in and think of a bucket, and if something shows up, it's there.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
takes you an action, but
So I got the middle image of Grim just going, "This is a bucket," and Elizabeth just goes, "No."
We
Just
have a
Elizabeth's
bucket.
like, "Dear God,
I have.
we
I
have a bucket. We have a single
because
bucket."
I bought it with the block and tackle.
Yep.
Remember?
Holy shit,
Oh wow!
Wow.
Can't believe we have a bucket.
we have a fucking
Um,
bucket.
I feel like we're gonna need more than a bucket, however.
Yeah, we're gonna need more than a bucket full of water to put this fire out.
I'm gonna have a quick peek at our other stuff if there's anything in here that actually helps. No, I don't think we have anything specifically. Well, Kelariis and Elizabeth. No, actually, Elizabeth. Keep on breathing ice. Well, me and Arya should probably go get water or something. Or we can throw mud in the meanwhile. Mud
I was
stops
gonna say,
fire.
Arya's plan is to throw some dirt and stuff at it.
Mud is very effective.
I didn't know ground was super effective against fire.
It is.
It is.
Oh, there you go then.
Have you never put out a fire before?
Although, honestly, yeah, no, it might just be better just to get...
I mean, I was making a Pokemon reference.
I know.
It's a tough choice, because I feel like a single bucket of water at a time is not going to do much.
Yeah.
I feel like a shovel might be better.
Do we have a shovel?
We have shovels.
Yes, we have a shovel.
All right.
Definitely have shovels.
So I'll
A shovel.
okay, get the shovel out. Let's start shoveling.
Every day I'm shoveling.
Cool. And that will... Okay, I guess that will end my turn. Trying to get out, getting out the shovel.
Okay. So you're getting out a shovel.
Oh, wait,
You produce a
actually
shovel.
move that because well, we're gonna use the shovel to like throw the top dirt onto the...
Yep.
Well, like yeah, onto the building, like through the windows and stuff, if possible.
Okay. I guess the the bugbear, after being backhanded across the face, is gonna drop the short sword and surrender.
Yeah. That's fair.
The bear will just restrain him and say, I guess he just says, do you have any way to put out the fire quickly? And then sort of, that's all he can do. Just yells about the building being on fire. Elizabeth, roll some more damage.
Well, I mean, Elizabeth's gonna quickly say, well, do we think a strong wind would help or make it worse?
Make it worse!
Depends on how strong the wind is.
It would make it worse!
Let's not risk it.
Well, like, I'm mainly thinking because I know some spells, wind spells specifically mention those fires. But I'm not sure what spell you're thinking of. So, I guess it's up to Cam.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. In that case, Elizabeth will still look at the fire to say, then unfortunately no. At which point she'll just, I'm gonna breathe on the fire again.
Yep. Okay. Roll some dice.
That's
That's better. Okay. Yeah. So you get like about half the building is extinguished at this point. Arya.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Throw in handfuls of mud.
Just doing whatever I can, man.
Okay. Kelariis.
I wanted to check something. I feel pretty fucking useless, but I know that the cold press seems to be working. I'm gonna do something I've never done. I'm gonna cast haste on Elizabeth.
Okay.
What?
Because you can take 2 actions the next time.
Elizabeth.
Yep.
This is like the equivalent of fucking nano boosting the goddamn Zenyatta.
Yep.
It's fine.
Just like, oh fuck!
But yeah,
You've
otherwise
nano boosted Brigitte. That's what you've done.
it's fine. Otherwise, I kind of look to the people who seem to be more aware of how to put out a fucking fire and be like,
Okay.
what do?
Okay. Grim.
Well, guess it's time to start shoveling.
Get shoveling.
Every day he's shoveling.
Okay.
Is there an entrance somewhere, or where would the door be?
The door. It's on the other side.
Well, I guess I don't care too much about that then.
You produce your shovel.
Oh my god, you massive nerd! I love it.
I can't start shoveling whilst I'm big, I guess. for them
Okay.
extra shoveling powers.
Oh my god, Shovel Knight. I can't believe it. I'm so happy.
Oh man, having this repository of music on my other screen and just being able to drag and drop them into Roll20 is so good.
Good.
Okay, back to Elizabeth.
Cool. Two cold breaths, please.
Okay. Okay, and I guess with that and Grimm's frantic shoveling,
Oh my god.
we managed to extinguish a burning building. Unfortunately, a
Oh
lot of
my
it is destroyed, but
Yeah, it's gotta be that.
Yeah.
I imagine we stopped it from spreading, which is
Yes.
the biggest deal.
okay. So as everybody sort of comes to a halt after the frantic combat, I guess we are left with you guys and a large bear. And with that, we'll take a break.
Right.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah, fair.